All right. So, good morning, good morning, good morning. Um, what I'd like you guys to do before we get started is get super comfortable in your seats. And I want you to close your eyes and see if, as you breathe very naturally, you can identify the five tattvas, the five elements, where they reside in your body, where they flow, right? See where you can find the energy of earth inside of you. Could be in your physical makeup, it could be in your emotions, it could be in your heart, the way you move through this world. See if you can find the element of water, the creative energy, fire, air, and ether, the sense of spaciousness, of a palette upon which you can expand and become whatever it is you need to become today. Just feel the way that all of these energies interplay in all of your bodies, your physical body, your subtle bodies, your mental energy, your emotions. Just observe for a little while. We always talk about going inside and finding these elements, noticing what goes on, finding sensation. It's very hard to explain how to do that. It's an experience that's unique to each of us, just like our makeup, right? Our inner ratios of each of these elements is unique to each of us. We each get what we need in order to move through this human life, in order to complete our own particular dharma or our particular karma. I really believe that each of us, we have a duty, a job when we come here. And the primary job, I believe, is to begin to allow to fall away anything that stands in the way of our true nature. Right? It's our job to tend to our wounds. Michelangelo said that he didn't create the amazing sculptures that came from his hands. But what he did instead was he would use his chisel and he would use his intuition to chip away anything that didn't belong. And what was left was this amazing, beautiful sculpture each and every time. And so that's our job, to chip away at all of the layers of protection and all of the errant beliefs, all of the things that kind of hold us to this place of playing small. It's our job to do our own healing, to be aware of our own inner world, right? To notice each day where we might feel a little bit stuck or out of balance and step into that and then allow that to not be a set point that we adopt in our mind. We don't own that as if, one day I'm feeling, a little spacey. And so then my definition of myself becomes I'm such an airhead. No. Today, how do I feel? Today, what's imbalanced? Today, what needs to move? And then we allow tomorrow to be another day. So to really begin to show up and to be these elements that move through us, to be these elements of the universe, not just to look at them as something really interesting or fun to play with, but to really understand that we are made of these things. We are stardust. We are miracles. We are amazing. So I'm going to read a little something from the Book of Awakening. Let's see. Which one do I want to read? There's so many good things in here about this. Yeah, I'm going to read a different one than I read last night. It's called The Practice of Being Real. As the earth keeps going by turning itself toward the light day after day, we have no choice, despite all forms of etiquette and training, but to keep turning toward what we feel is real. Otherwise, we become cold little planets spinning in the dark. Very often when I'm confused or depressed for a long period of time, it's because I've stopped turning toward the light of what feels real. At times like this, I have to break the darkness of my spinning with a very small and simple step that often seems huge and difficult because I've been spinning in on myself for so long. I have to practice being real by saying what I feel, not just once, but continually. I've struggled my whole life with this. Like most of us, I learned to survive by withholding what feels real. When events happen, when someone says or does something that hurts me, I've learned to absorb the hit and pretend that nothing has changed, that everything is the same. But when I do this, my energy is used up in maintaining the pretense that nothing has happened, and I begin to spin coldly in the dark. It's so simple and yet so brave to say that we are hurt when we're hurt, that we're sad when we're sad, that we're scared when we're scared. In very direct and daily ways, the energy of realness, this mana, changes situations because the immediate expression of our truth releases light and warmth that influences the life we're a part of. This is the way our spirit shines. So, just by speaking our truth, by letting the energy of our words move through us in a very compassionate but very real way, we begin to chip another layer of that which doesn't serve to shine our beauty, to shine our truth to the world. So, as we move through our practice, see if you can think about ways in your life that you can start to find small truths. You can show up with that realness. You can begin to chip away even more because all of you already have started this process. I know you have. I spent time with you. But even more, removing more and more of those layers, right? And creating space where each and every one of us has full permission, not that we need it from each other, but there's something about that expansive energy of permission to be who we are, to allow that realness to emerge, to be willing to hear each other's truths and not take them personally, to have conversations, or to not, to allow somebody to speak their truth and then just hold a silent space where that truth can just resonate. Right? So think about ways in your life that you can embrace this kind of energy even more. Right? It's the way of our world now. It's the only way that we're going to expand. We're all in new territory right now. So how do we just say the heck with it and just be real? Take a deep breath in. Bring your palms together at your heart. And we'll open with Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Inhale. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Pause and feel. Surrender yourself. Create space and clearing for that truth to rise up, that wisdom. And diving right into our next chant, Ad Gare Name, you all know, celestial communication version. 3 times together. Ad Gare Name, Jugad Gare Name, Sad Gare Name, Siri Guru Deve Name. Ad Gure Name. Jugad Gure Name. Sad Gure Name. Sri Guru Deve Name. Ad Gure Name. Jugad Gure Name. Sad Gure Name. Sri Guru Deve Name. Pause and receive. Allow the support of the ethers to move through you and protecting you from anything that is unreal. The Guru, the thing that brings us from darkness to light, by simply turning on the light and revealing that there is no darkness. Allow the energy of this chant to reveal those places to you that you're afraid to explore or you think will be rejected. Allow the light of this chant to light up all those corners and crevices. A deep inhale, bring that prayer up overhead. Pull everything up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Fill, and then slowly release as your hands move through your own energy. Merging, creating a union with the energy of support from below. As your fingers touch the earth. Just take a couple of long, very deep breaths here. Mindfully bringing the energy of air into your lungs. Let it circulate through your body. And on the exhale, feeling the energy of apana, of elimination, of releasing. Our whole lives we take in and then we release and make space for more, for different. Feel that energy. And then as you open your eyes, you're going to bring your hands together. We're going to do a little breath meditation. So you're going to bring your hands together so that the pinkies are touching the pinky side of the hands are touching, and there's a little space that you can look through. It's like a little fish almost. Bring that to your heart. Look down. Close your eyes 9/10 of the way, so maybe you see a little blur of light. And you're going to begin to inhale in 10 parts, sniffing in 10 parts of air. With each inhale, you're going to say to yourself, Wahoo, not Wahe, Wahoo. And then on the exhale, you're going to sniff out 10 times Guru. Right? Make sense? Okay. So let's begin. Relaxing your body. 10 sniffs in, Wahoo. 10 exhales, Guru. This is called a meditation for guidance because so often we want to be real. We want to step into our truth. But there's confusion about what that is, right? We live in a world where there's so many pretenses that we don't always know what our truth is. We don't always know whether we should go right or left down the path when we hit those crossroads. This meditation gives you truth and clarity. It calms you, calms your mind. all confusion arises from the noise of the mind. When the mind is calm and quiet, the answers, the truth, rise up. You're doing this so gently. This is also, in the physical sense, a beautiful type of breath to release any kind of stuck energy in the sinuses, to release any headaches or neck aches. Truly relaxing and allowing yourself to be held by your own inner guru. Breaking the patterns that we automatically move toward, those knee-jerk responses. One more minute. The next time that you find yourself exhaling, complete the 10 out breaths, and then return to your natural breath. Let your hands float down to your knees. Pause for a moment. Take in the energy of Wahu Guru. Wahu Guru. Calling in the same ecstasy as Waheguru, but a little more emphasis, a little bit more of a stronger connection to the ecstasy of being real. Now we're going to begin for just a minute, out loud 8 times Wahu, 8 times Guru together. So inhale. Wahu, 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 Wahu. Guru, 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 Guru. Wahu, 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 Wahu. Guru, 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 Guru. Wahu, 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 Wahu. Guru, 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 Guru. Wahu, 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 Wahu. Guru, 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 Guru. Wahu, 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 Wahu. Guru, 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 Guru. Release and just feel, eyes closed. Maybe now feeling a sense of clearing, another piece of that sculpture falling away. Another piece of your extreme beauty revealed. From here, open your eyes as you inhale, your arms up overhead. As you exhale, twist to the left, bringing your right hand onto your left knee, left hand behind you. Maybe repeating to yourself, wahoo, 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 wahoo. As you inhale your arms up to the sky, move to the other side. Guru, 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 guru. And just keep going, maybe 4 in each direction. Inhaling up, switching sides, calling on that inner bliss, that inner truth. Every one of us is pure perfection. The only thing that's imperfect is the thoughts of the mind that tell us that we're not, that put us all in this cookie cutter way of thinking that this is good and this is bad and this is right and this is wrong. As you move, feel the elements flowing through you. Feel that flowing creativity of water as you spin and you move. Feel the fire that turns you into that twist. The earth that grounds you, the air that fills your lungs, and the ether that creates that space around you to move and flow. The next time that you come up to the sky, just reach up, stay there, and then begin to flow your right hand down to the right, your left arm reaching over your ear. Come on back to center, flow to the other side. Come back to center, pause, bring your hands into prayer. Bring that prayer down to your heart, forward fold. Hands at your heart, forward fold. So just fold forward with your hands at your heart, just bowing down. Inhale back up, arms overhead. And again, stretching to the right, coming to center, flowing to the left, palms in prayer, down to the heart, bow forward. Come on up and do it again. Just keep going. Bowing to your inner truth, the Tattvas, the elements, the energy that makes us us. Right? So many recipes, so many baking recipes, they have the same exact ingredients, but they have them in different amounts, and so they come out differently, right? There's different densities, there's different flavors. Each one of us made of the same stuff, but yet a little different. A few more times. Connecting with those 5 tattvas, with those elements, is a beautiful way to begin to experience our true selves. Right? It's not our role to make anybody else happy. It's our role to become happy, whole, peaceful human beings. And from that place, just like it talked about in the reading, from that light, from our realness, people become what it is that we put out. Come back to center, come to stillness, hands at your heart center. Just pause and feel. Now opening your eyes, move onto hands and knees. Coming into tabletop. And then start to cat-cow here. Once you really find your foundation, knees under your hips, your hands under your wrists, under your shoulders, and then noticing if that's not a great foundation for you, and if you need to adjust a little bit to really be able to flow, then do that. Be aware of the flow of your spine moving like water, moving like waves. The feel of the earth beneath your knees and your palms and your toes. The air moving through your lungs, carrying that pranic energy to every cell of your body. Fire in your navel moving you, that vital energy. And your expansive nature filling the ethers around you. Over and over, every day, those 5 elements, find them in every moment. Appreciate the space inside and out. Come to stillness. Step your right foot forward between your hands. Slide your left knee back a little bit. Pause for a moment, take a breath, and then bring your hands to your thigh, your right thigh. Press in, really move that knee forward. Anjaneyasana. And then when you're ready, inhale those arms up to the sky. Open that heart. And then allow the energy of earth, gravity, to pull those ribs down as your heart moves up. Softening the ribs and letting your heart open to the sky. Exhale your hands down to frame your foot. Step your back foot forward, coming into forward fold. Grab opposite elbows. Just let yourself hang. Surrender to gravity, let it all go. Then letting your arms release down. Take a hold of your ankles with your hands. And just begin to walk backwards a few times, holding onto those ankles, little elephant walk. Right? Feeling the heaviness, the density, the part of us that connects with that earth energy. And then pausing the back of your mat, releasing your ankles, bending your knees a lot. Inhale your arms up to the sky, rising up through the air, feeling that air energy. Palms together, down through the heart, down through the midline, diving down toward the mat. Hands on those ankles. Elephant walk forward to the front of your mat. And once you get there, releasing your ankles, placing your palms on the floor, knees bent. Step the left foot back. Yep, finding yourself on the, lower that left knee. Finding yourself on Anjaneyasana on the other side, I hope. Yeah, good. No? Same side? Really go, make sure you're on the opposite side, yep. Sink in and then reach up. Nice long, deep breaths. Exhale your hand down, palms on the floor. Once again, stepping the back foot forward, coming into forward fold. This time, taking your hands and clasping them behind your sacrum. Bending your knees a bit. And beginning to slowly rise, letting your hands pull down toward the earth. Rising up, up, up. And once you get there, a little back bend as you really reach down toward the earth with those entwined hands. And then release your hands to your sides, eyes closed, palms forward, Tadasana, mountain pose. Strength of the mountain, right? Might be altered by the weather. It might get battered and beaten over time. But its foundation remains strong and firm. Feel the energy of the earth in your feet. Water flowing through you. Fire, the transformative energy. Air breathing you. The ether creating space. Then opening your eyes, we're going to do a couple of exercises. They're from the Mayan tradition. They help to really connect to the energy of the five Tattvas. They're very simple exercises. So the first is to connect to the earth. So stand. Thanks, March. You're going to stand on your mat with your feet hips distance apart, your hands at your sides. And you're simply going to begin to just stomp your right foot a little bit, just gently stomping your right foot on the ground. And then step it forward and stomp it forward. Step it out to the right. Take a few stomps there. And then step it behind you, stomping. Really feeling the earth. Bring it back to center. And begin the same thing on the left, first stomping in place. And then forward. The side. And back. Bringing it back to center. One more time on each side. Just really stomping it, letting yourself even close your eyes if you can. If it feels too off balance, do not. And just feel the energy as you move through. Going through both sides. And when you do finish your second time on the left at your own pace and your own time, you'll just come to stillness. And as you come to stillness, just close your eyes. Really connect with the dense energy of Earth and the mystery of Earth, the grounding. Maybe feel those roots. And just begin to chant together 3 times. I'm going to read the chant first, and then we'll chant it together 3 times. Dharti Hai, Akasha Hai, Guru Ram Das Hai. Okay, 3 times together. Dharti Hai, Akasha Hai, Guru Ram Das Hai. Dharti Hai, Akasha Hai, Guru Ram Das Hai. Dharti Hai, Akasha Hai, Guru Ram Das Hai. Just pause and feel. And then opening your eyes, we're going to move into the element of water. You're going to bring your hands in front of your navel with the fingers touching each other, palms up. So, yeah. And you're just going to raise that up to your heart. Pause in front of your heart for a moment. Open your arms up to a V. Just imagine a fountain of water sprouting from your soul out into the world. And then bring those hands together so that the fingers face each other. Move them down through your body and dive down to the floor. Beautiful. Come back up and start the sequence again. Hands facing up at the belly, fingers touching. Move that up to your heart. Pause at the heart for a moment. Open to a V. Feel that spouting fountain. And then bring those hands so that the fingers are together overhead, through your body, diving down to the floor. And just continue to do that a few more times. Imagine yourself like a fountain of water. Water rising up from the earth, spouting its beauty, its creative energy into the world. And diving back down for more, a few more times. And the next time that you come up, just let your hands rest at your navel, cupped like that. Fingers together, close your eyes. And together 3 times, I'll say it once and 3 times together. Sat Narayan, Hari Narayan, Hari Narayan, Hari Hari. Ready? Sat Narayan, Hari Narayan, Hari Narayan, Hari Hari. Sat Narayan, Hari Narayan, Hari Narayan, Hari Hari. Sat Narayan, Hari Narayan, Hari Narayan, Hari Hari. Just stay there and feel. And keeping your hands right where they are, begin to bring your attention to the fire center in your solar plexus. You're going to inhale your arms up overhead from this position. Your fingers are going to touch so you have like an arch around you. And then you're going to bring your arms out. Take a deep inhale, exhale, and bring your hands down a little. Exhale again and bring down a little more. Exhale again, bring them down a little more. Inhale back to the original position in front of your belly. Yep. And then again, from here, inhale, arms up overhead, they touch. Exhale, arms out to a V. Inhale deeply, exhale a little down. Exhale again, a little down. Exhale again, a little down. Back to the belly. And just keep going like that. Inhaling your arms up overhead, out. And just keep going. Eyes closed. Feeling the energy of fire rising up. Each pump of that navel as you sniff out that breath. The energy of fire, of transformation. The energy that gives us the ability to change our minds. Changing our minds is so integral to being able to be real. Because who I was 10 years ago does not have the same experiences and beliefs and goals that I do today. So if I don't have the ability, the energy to transform my thoughts, my opinions, myself, then I'm stuck in the past. Then there's no room to chip away and to release the beauty that lies beneath. One more time, and the next time you find your hands meeting at your belly, just pause there. Together 3 times we'll chant Satnam, 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 Waheguru. Eyes closed and together. Satnam, 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 Waheguru. Satnam, 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 Waheguru. Satnam, 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 Waheguru. Just pause and feel the energy of fire moving through. Then opening your eyes, bring your hands to your heart, palms flat on your heart, one next to the other. And you're just going to start to inhale and just start to move your arms forward as if they were growing branches and just let those branches sway in front of you. And then inhale back to the heart center. Exhale. Inhale again. Arms move just until you can't hold that inhale anymore. Let those branches grow and move and flail around in the air. And then when you're ready to exhale, bring those hands back to the heart. Exhale. Inhale and continue. Continue that dance, dancing through the air, feeling the freedom, right? The ability to move into spaces, to penetrate even the smallest spaces. Air fills everything that is not already taken by something else. Right? Air is supportive. It supports us on our human journey. The air is the way that the pranic energy moves through us. Right? It's the way that the divine speaks to us. The whispers of the divine, that guidance is in the silence of the air. The next time your hands come back to your heart, pause there. And together 3 times. Guru, Guru, Wahe Guru, Guru Ram Das Guru. 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 Pause and feel. And then opening your eyes, step your feet wide. You're going to bring your hands into prayer at your third eye. And then as you open into God, your arms into God, you're going to bend your knees. So your feet are turned out a little bit. And just as you're opening, go, East, East. And come back up. And then again, bend in, East. And just keep going. East is a Mayan goddess. And the energy of ether is the energy of the goddess. It's that space. It's that Prakriti, that energy that runs through everything, right? Purusha is that foundation, that pure consciousness that just observes. Prakriti is that energy that creates everything, energy of the goddess. Is, feeling the ethers around you. Opening your sense of intuition, of knowledge. The ethers are limitless. The next time that you come up and find your prayer at your third eye, pause there. So come on up, yep, hands at the third eye. And together, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru 3 times. Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru, Wahe Guru. Pause and feel. Bring your hands down to your heart, one on top of the other. It doesn't matter which is on top. Bring your feet back toward each other, hips distance apart. You're going to bow to the center. Come up. Bow to the left. Bow to the right. Do that one more time. And after the second time, come to stillness. Together, let's chant a long Om. Letting the energy of Om vibrate through you. Touching the higher chakras. The third eye is the Om, and the silence after the Om is the crown chakra, Shushada. Feel your infinite eternal energy vibrating in all directions. Moving back to the top of your mat. I'm going to inhale our arms up to the sky. Exhale, dive down, plant your hands, bend your knees. Step one foot back and then the other. Knees to the mat. Nice and wide, big toes together, melting into child's pose. Just allowing the energy, that practice, to integrate itself to every part of your being, letting your physical body absorb it, your mental bodies, your emotions, allowing it to exist in your auric field. Allowing yourself to be like a cloud, or the sun, or the moon. Always shining your true light regardless of whether anybody from below can see it. Imagine if the sun was like, oh, there's clouds, I'm not going to bother to get out of bed today. Nope. Gets out of bed and it shines its true light. That's our jobs. That's how we heal our wounds. We tell our stories. We embrace our memories. We share our joy. All through the energy of these 5 tattvas. From here, come onto your fingertips, walk your upper body over to the right. Maybe taking that left hand and placing it over the right once you get there. And then back over to the left. Back to center. Walk yourself up. Come to tabletop. Do a few cat-cows. Maybe some deep hip rolls, whatever your body needs. And then as you come back to center, make your way to your back. Once you get there, move your feet as wide as the mat and begin to windshield wiper your legs side to side. Your arms can stretch overhead if you'd like. Moving nice and mindfully, enjoying the twist and stretch. And coming back to center, bringing your feet closer together. Moving your heels back a little bit towards your butt, arms at your sides. Do a few flowing bridges, inhaling those arms up overhead and back onto the floor, hips up to the sky. Flowing back down. Next time you come down, stay. Pressing your right foot into the mat, lift your left foot up to the air. Maybe circle that ankle. And you can lift into bridge here if you'd like. Your leg up in the air, or you could stay right where you are. Let your hips float down if they're up. Let your knee bend, your foot plant. Move to the other side, left foot pressing into the mat, right, floating up to the air. Feel the energy of the earth, the ethers, lifting those hips or not. Circling that ankle. And letting the hips move down to the earth, bending your knee, planting both feet. Bring your knees into your chest. Grab for those insteps. Almost forgot what they were called for a moment. Moving into happy baby pose. Taking a nice stretch here, creating space. And then from here, letting the soles of your feet come together right where they are. So you're going to go into butterfly pose with your feet in the air. Let your hands wrap around each foot. And then keeping your left leg right where it is, grab a hold of the toes of the big toe of the right foot and straighten that right leg up toward the sky. Bend it back down, open the other side, and just alternate from side to side a few times. And the next time that your left foot goes up and comes back down, pause and see if you can straighten both of them at the same time. And then bring them back in one more time. Back in. Then release your toes. Let your feet float down to the mat and come out nice and long. Actually, bring your knees back, into your chest one more time. Take a spinal twist here, just to open that spine a little bit from one side and then the other. And once you feel complete, you can make your way into Shavasana. Being inside out is your strength. There's something I want to make very clear. The experience of divine love makes you extremely strong. The experience of the truth of supreme consciousness does not make you feeble. It does not weaken you. Sometimes people have the understanding that if you are immersed in God's love, you should wear a syrupy smile and always say yes to everything. You should never contradict anyone. This is not so. The experience of love has great strength. The experience of divinity is very powerful. This does not mean you have to behave in a particular way. You let your strength and courage come forward naturally. When it's time to say no, you say no with courage and dignity. When it's time to say yes, you say yes with the same courage and dignity. Please understand that being inside out is your strength. It doesn't mean that you're so vulnerable that you can no longer function in this world. Being inside out, your strength shimmers in the air. Quote from Guru Mai's book, Courage and Contentment. Jackie has a really interesting connection to Guru Mai. All right, slowly begin to deepen your breath. Beginning to move your limbs in any way that feels good. Waking your physical body up, inviting your breath to move through. Bring the palms of your hands, the soles of your feet together. Rub, rub, rub. Connecting to that fire. And then either by rolling to your right or your left or up and down on your spine, bring yourself up to a seat. We'll all meet, palms together. Join me if you like and you know it. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Just join me in sealing our practice together with a long Sat Nam. Inhale deeply. Sa. Nam. Sliding your thumbs to space between your brow. Bowing into that entire beautiful universe inside your own heart. Be love, believe, be true to you. Sat Nam, everybody.